All right, let's get started. The Warriors-Rockets series got off to a rocky start, and Golden State won a hard-fought game. And the key subplot was how the officials dealt with James Harden and will continue to deal with James Harden. On Houston's final possession, Harden took a three. Draymond Green appeared to get in the way of his landing space. I don't know with any other player if we talked about landing space. College basketball now allowed landing space to enter in, and it helped decide the national title game. The Rockets got that call all season long. They did not get that call on Sunday. As a result, Golden State escapes with a W on their home court. If you're going to take Golden State down on their home court, this was the day to do it because they had over 20 turnovers. You had Steph Curry, who was in foul trouble, Klay Thompson not 100%, and you allowed that one to slip away. Harden's one of the more unique players in NBA history. Now, he's a great scorer, but, you know, there are a lot of guys don't like contact. Scorers don't like contact. James Harden initiates contact on almost every play. So it's tough to figure out for the officials, is that a foul on him or a foul on the defender? Now, we know that NBA players aren't afraid to let it be known when they disagree with the referees, and James Harden had this to say after yesterday.
I just want a fair chance, man. Call the game how it's supposed to be called, and that's it. And I'll live with the results. But especially we all know what happened, you know, a few years back with Kawhi. Like, that can change the entire series. Just call the game how it's supposed to be called, and we'll live with the results. And it's plain and simple.
All right, here's Draymond Green following up what James Harden had to say.
James Harden after the game said he just wants a fair chance that the refs need to call the game the way it's supposed to be called. He just wants a fair chance. The refs need to call the game the way it's supposed to be called. He's specifically talking about closing out on three-pointers, feeling like he got fouled several times in those situations.
I've been fouled by James on a James three-pointer before. I ain't trying to hear that. Nah, I ain't going with that one. I'm straight. Nah, yeah. They also could have possibly shot 20 less free throws. You know, we reached quite a bit. But if that's the case, we could have shot 20 more free throws as well.
All right. I've pointed this out before numerous times on this show with James Harden. He does want to initiate contact. He gets those calls. Do you realize how many times he's been fouled on a three-point shot this season, including the postseason? James Harden has been fouled while shooting a three-pointer 101 times this entire year.
Stat of the day.
No, that's a
factoid.
That was a fact. That wasn't a stat of the day yet.
Oh.
101 three-pointers. Now, you might say, okay, by comparison, who's next? Terrence Ross of Orlando, 36 times. Kemba Walker, 34. Damian Lillard, 31. J.J. Redick, 28. 3 times as many. Now, he has the ball 3 times as often as these other players, but that's a lot. And that's initiating contact. I still go back to, at least this is what I think would be easier to officiate. Who is drawing contact? Who initiates contact? Like, who makes the contact happen? There are times when you can play great defense and just put your hands up and somebody can jump into you, and Chris Paul did that yesterday against Klay Thompson. You're there like a statue, and you get called for the foul. I don't understand that. You initiated the contact. If we both go up, then it feels like it's easier to call for the offensive player. But James Harden does get calls, and you can't complain about the officials, even though I do think it was poorly officiated. But I think it was poorly officiated on both sides. And the Rockets melted down. And Chris Paul, how about you pick and choose when you whine? Just pick and choose. It can't be on every call. And that's what you got yesterday. Are there bad calls? Yes. But you can't tell me, boy, they're not giving James Harden those calls. Steph Curry had 5 fouls. Their star had 5 fouls. They were calling. Now, you might not like the consistency or what the definition is, and I'm right there with you. Make up your mind. And that's what the NBA has to decide this in the offseason. Not during this series. You can't go, hey, guys, let's huddle up. They have to decide what is a foul. James Harden uses his forearm to push off. He did that on Draymond Green. So he initiates contact. There are times when he gets fouled. Do I think you should be able to go up and come down with somebody without somebody impeding your landing space? Yes, I do. But if you're throwing your leg out like Reggie Miller made famous, then I'm not going to give you that call. I don't want to change the officiating when we get to the postseason. Be consistent for both teams. But I don't have sympathy here for the Rockets today. I don't. You had your chances. It shouldn't have come down to that.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.